You're locked into Elevated Radio FM.
All right, and we are back with another special guest. She is the founder of SASS Coaching. Her name is Brenda Diaz. Brenda, thanks for coming on today.
Oh, it's my pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
You are absolutely welcome, and we are excited to hear about SASS Coaching. Now, what is it that you do exactly?
Thank you. I'm excited to introduce SASS Coaching. So I am a life coach. I specialize in successful strategies, how to create them. I hold my clients accountable to their commitment, and my commitment to my clients does not end on their last session. I check in with them monthly for the next 6 months, and because without follow-up, people tend to regress. So a lot of my clients have found that we've been able to develop a growth mindset, create goals, both short-term and long-term, as well as stretch goals. I think those are important. We set strategies, morning routines, evening routines, and really focusing on a mind, body, and soul connection.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'd like to hear about your background. How did you get involved in coaching?
So, interestingly enough, I was asked to coach my children's sports team when they were young, and through that, I met parents who referred me just based on the foundations that I taught the kids, which was camaraderie, the whole sense of team, and truly self-esteem, and making sure they wanted to come back and be on the field. And through those referrals, I started coaching one-on-one. And finally, I've developed SASS Coaching, and I've got different modalities. So I will coach one-on-one, I will coach in a group session, and also what we have started doing is vision boards. So I'm an avid believer of if you can visualize your goals and visualize the things that you would like to achieve, you can manifest them. And it's been very, very fruitful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, what about your clients? You mentioned the types of goals that you help them set, but what exactly, again, are those goals, and do they usually know what they are when they're coming to you?
No, actually, most people that come to me think it's for a completely different reason, and our first goal truly is to find their why. What makes them tick, why they do what they do. Do they have a mindset block? So maybe thinking, I'll never be able to achieve this, and really get to the root cause of it. And we start there. That's ground zero. And we move and build from there.
Now, how long, I'm sure it varies, but how long does one see a life coach before they can, take that jump themselves?
So it truly varies. Like you said, it could be a month, it could be 2 months, it could be 6 months. It all depends. And like I said, my goal is for people to feel at their very best and maintain that energy. So I will check in with them on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis. Some clients I call every single morning to make sure we establish their goals for the day. And others I can speak to once every 2 or 3 months if we can establish goals. And I'll send a text every day to make sure that they are on track. Because sometimes, you can regress and you can skip a day. Scientific research says it shows it takes as little as 21 days to create a routine. But it also shows it's very difficult to stop a negative behavior. So starting a new one to take its place is much more fruitful. So that's where we focus on.
Yeah. Now, I'm curious, why do you think it's important to work with somebody one-on-one like yourself when there's just so much information out there? You have friends and family to lean on, and self-help is certainly huge. In fact, I was in the bookstore the other day, and the section's just blown up. What are your thoughts on that? Why let your pocket take a hit?
Oh, I agree. I love the self-help section. I probably keep it afloat, trust me. But I have found a life coach to be very important to me. I do have a wonderful circle of friends, and I have a very supportive family. However, I feel my family and my friends may not hold me accountable as my life coach did. So years ago, I hired a life coach because I wanted to own my house and I wanted to kickstart my coaching practice. And truly, he held me accountable. And there were times where I didn't want to complete a task. I didn't want to, write a blog. And he really kept me on target. And it was really for my own good, where I think my family may have said, oh, just take a beach day, you do a lot, you work a lot, right. Where the life coach said, no, consistency is key. And so those behaviors, I would love to share them. I have read countless books on self-help. And what I do now is I'll take 3 takeaways from the book, because if I were to implement every single thing, it's almost impossible. But when you do have somebody holding you accountable and kind of being your cheerleader, and I do say that quite a bit, I will be your biggest cheerleader. I will support. It's really unconditional because I really want to see each person succeed. And sometimes I don't even see them. I don't meet them. I can walk by them on the street and I have, clearly no clue who they are because it could be based on, all over the phone or via Skype. And in that point, in that regard, people do find it more sustainable to really be able to keep those commitments that they make to themselves.
Now, I want to keep things moving because we don't have too much time left here, Brenda, and I want to ask about the future. What are your goals moving forward, and what's on the calendar? And yeah, you tell us what you're up to.
Oh, absolutely. SASS Coaching has big plans. I would love to institute a retreat 4 times a year, like as a boot camp. I'd love to host seminars for potential clients. I'd love to also start a podcast that motivates, inspires, and gives a new perspective, allowing an opening for change. And lastly, I'd like to start a peer-to-peer group, complimentary, so clients can interact and exchange strategies that have worked for them. I do a lot of sliding scale, so really my goal is not to be in people's pockets per se. My goal is to really just extend my knowledge base.
All right, excellent. And before we do take a short break here, is there any way for us to keep up with you, website, social media, anything like that? Absolutely.
My website is SASS, SASS-coaching.com. I do have a Facebook page as well that could be found under SASS Coaching. And SASS, SASS, is short for Serious About Successful Strategies.
All right, fantastic. And we're going to take a break now, Brenda. So fantastic having you on today, and great to hear from you. Thanks again.
Oh, pleasure's been all mine. Thank you so much.
And big thank you to our listeners as well. This is Elevated Radio. We'll be right back. More interviews next.
You're locked into Elevated Radio FM. Radio FM. Radio.